Extreme heat poses serious safety risks for many workers, particularly in Texas. My union brother Eugene Gates Jr. collapsed while delivering the mail and passed away. What will you do, if elected, to help pass meaningful federal legislation to require rest breaks and heat safety protections?
Ms. Crockett, we'll begin with you. How would you help pass federal legislation to require rest breaks and heat safety protections for workers? You have 60 seconds.
I've been working specifically tirelessly on this particular issue. Eugene Gates was my constituent. And I would just say that I've worked tirelessly, and thank you so much to the Letter Carriers Union, because they jumped to it very quickly to make sure that I had as much information as I needed in that moment to make sure that we could hopefully prevent immediately another unnecessary death of another letter carrier. So ultimately, I worked with the local. We made sure that some of the things that they were not allowing them to do that historically they had allowed for, say, such as starting their routes earlier, making sure that they had some water breaks, making sure if people needed to work once the sun went down, that we immediately got to that. We also know that DeJoy, I made demands on getting DeJoy in front of the Oversight Committee so that I could demand answers of him. I then have followed up and sent him other letters, as well as worked with Congressman Kassar specifically on worker protections around heat issues and just environmental issues that workers not just at the post office face. But the last point I'll make about the post office is that we had funded the trucks to make sure that they had AC, and so I was focusing on making sure that there was a priority in getting those trucks to Texas and other states where they experience the extreme heat.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ms. Crockett. All right, Mr. Talarico, 60 seconds to answer the same question. How would you help pass federal legislation to require rest breaks and heat safety protections for workers?
Well, I want to give a wonky answer. We should abolish the filibuster in the U.S. Senate so that we can actually pass these kinds of bold pieces of legislation that are going to protect the rights of workers. Again, always look at our records, because at the state level, I fought tooth and nail against the Death Star bill that robbed workers of their ability to have basic water breaks in the extreme heat. And so that's exactly what we got to do at the federal level. Workers are under attack. And by the way, these Republican extremists who are pushing these kind of bills claim to be devout Christians. But if you read Matthew 25, Jesus tells his followers, "Depart from me, for I was thirsty, and you refused to give me a drink." To see these kind of self-righteous Republicans rob people of the opportunity to get a drink of water when we have 100-degree heat, to me is not only unchristian, it is immoral, it is repugnant, and we need leaders in the U.S. Senate who are going to call it out.